Please, we are welcome. I want to. Please, can you hear me? Does anyone hear me?
Okay. I hear you, Ronson.
Yes. Can we try testing the mic? Let's see. Please, we are welcome. I want to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Good.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, Abena. You're welcome.
Thank you. Hello.
Okay. I see. Okay, that's fine. I think it's also working on YouTube as well. Great.
Can you hear me? Hello.
All right.
Thank you. Hello.
Redefine web hosting with Bluehost Cloud, the new platform built for WordPress creators by WordPress experts. Lightning fast websites, 100% network uptime, 24/7 priority tech support. Experience Bluehost Cloud at bluehost.com.
Hello,
Everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, my name is Tracy, and I will be moderating today's session. Because of the low numbers, I would like to wait till 6:05 at least before we begin. If everyone is fine with that, then let's wait 2 more minutes, and if there's no one else here, then we continue.
Sure.
Okay. Once again, everyone is welcome to today's session. My name is Tracy Tetajunogwa, and I will be moderating today's session. So, today is the official launch of the DeaRx Mom App. We are very glad that you could all make it to today's meeting. It means a lot to us, and we are happy to have you here. So, this will be a brief launch. I will mention the arrangement of events. So first of all, we will have a small talk about why we are here, what's the whole launch about, and that will be moderated by Mami Macy. And after that, Dr. Anson will speak about the DeaRx Mom app and then show us a demo of what the app is capable of. After that, we will have a panel discussion and moderated by myself. And we will be interviewing two very wonderful nutrition experts, Madam Abna Echiabuache and Madam Josephine Siedun. After that, we will discuss the future of DeaRx Mom, and that will be the end of the program. So let's begin with Ma'am Esiedua. She's going to tell us why we're here in the first place. Esi, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, thank you, Tracy. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for honoring our invitation this evening. My name is Isia Seydouajan, and I'm happy to be here. We all know why we are here, and it means a lot to the DeaRx Mom company. So why are we here this evening? We are here because we want to share this amazing news with you all. When DeaRx Mom took upon themselves to take care of our friends and family, or everyone in the health journey, we took it upon ourselves to see how best we can help these people. And then there's this idea that popped up as working on something that will help our people. And so we started working on this idea that came up. It hasn't been easy, actually. There has been some ups and downs, the challenging times, the difficult moments, the happy times, and the good ones as well. But all in all, by the grace of God, we were able to bring up something, and that is why we are here this evening. We want to share, we want to share to all of you what we've been able to produce so far in this number of months. And so I hope that you joining us, I hope you joining us to share or see this app or this idea that we've been working on for so long will be something good to us. And so we would continue with our work. And then I'll leave here for Tracy to continue.
Okay, Esi, thank you very much for telling us why we are here. Okay. So then I guess we can move on to the next piece on the program. Ransford, can you please tell us a little bit more about the app? What is the DeaRx Mom app at all? What's the purpose of it? Why are we working on it? Why have we, as AC said, taken it upon ourselves to make it? And then can you show us a demo as well of what the app is capable of doing?
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about the DeaRx Mom application. There's this theory called life theory. Now, life theory simply means that at any stage of life, there's something that affects you. So, for example, if you get pregnant, it's a life stage that you've got into, and there's difference in who you become at that moment. So when you're pregnant, whatever happens during pregnancy is different from when you are not pregnant. And when you're a teenager, whatever happens is different from when you are an adult. So at each stage of life, something else happens. Whatever happens usually have implications on our health. So when you get pregnant, it has an implication on your health. When you go and you reach the menopausal age, there's changes. And so for each stage, there should be specific interventions for that individual who has gotten to that stage. So that's the life course theory. That is what app is based on. So when someone is preparing for pregnancy, when someone is pregnant, immediately after pregnancy, their health needs are different. So trying to make sure that you personalize the person's health based on when or which stage they are, we believe that is going to help that individual. So DeaRx Mom is trying to use preventive health and artificial intelligence to help every couple manage their pregnancy, before pregnancy, and then during pregnancy and after pregnancy. So basically, we are trying to use AI and preventive health to improve the health of a couple. We believe it's not just the woman whose health needs to be improved, but then the couple's health needs to be improved together. So the idea of the app is to create something that will help you throughout that journey. So that's the whole idea of the app. But then it is focused on preventive health. That's why today our topic is on nutrition. And our MVP is based on nutrition. The app has 3 basic features now. One is some articles that you can read on nutrition. The other one is about planning. So, before you get pregnant, one of the most important things you have to do is to set goals. So for those of our younger siblings in the SHS, those who are now in the university, need to start planning for pregnancy, and they need to set goals so that they prevent unwanted pregnancies, unwanted abortions, and the others. So one of the features of the app is the feature to set goals, birth goals, marriage goals, and then personal goals. The other feature is AI called Melina. So Melina has been created in such a way that it's interacting with her feels like speaking with a mother who comforts you during trouble, or whose goal is to make sure that you feel safe. So that's how Melina has been created. So these are the 3 basic features that we want people to start using. We want our friends, family, and whoever would like to use to start using. So I'll demonstrate these to us to see how the app works. So these are the 3 basic features that we want people to start using. We want our friends. Please, can you confirm if you can see my screen?
I see your screen.
All right. Any other confirmation as well?
I can see it for me.
Right. Thank you very much. So, for the sake of security, you need to log in first before you get access to use the features of the app. When you get the app, the first thing you need to do is to first sign up. And so this is the page to sign up. So this is the page that would help you sign up, and there are some details that you need to fill. But if you already have an account, then you can just log in. So I'll just log in with a demo account. Yeah, so this is the interface when you gain access to the app after signing up. So there will be daily tips for you here. This part helps you create plans. So for the plans, you have the life plan, which is basically about your goals, and then there's a nutritional plan where you can track your meals. The same goals can be found here, so you can set your personal goals here. So the under personal goals, you can create career goals, you can create educational goals, you can create personal development goals, you can create spiritual goals if you are that type. There are other goals that if you want to add, you can add. So whatever goals that you want to set. So if you want to be the president, so you can, after that, you can just add a goal. You can also edit the goal if you think that that is too big for you. So that's the personal goals. And then we have the marriage goals. We have a few goals there that you can input. So at what age do you want to marry, where do you want to marry, and all that, you can input them. If you have any additional marriage goals, you can add them here as well. Then the birth goals. So for the birth goals, usually you wouldn't see this because I've created a birth goal. That's why you see this one here. But then when you open the birth goals, this is what you see. So Melina will help you with the birth goals. So depending on your choices, you may answer between 5 to 15 questions. So the first question that Melina will ask you is whether you want to have any children, and then based on that, to ask you some additional questions: your gender, your date of birth. Let me just select anything. Then to ask you how many children you want to have, the number of years. All these affect your pregnancy. So we are taking all of these, whether you've had a child before, when you want to have a child, and it continues. So at the end of it all, it would create something like this for you. So based on your answers, it would provide these timelines: the date of birth, when you want to give birth, your age at last child, and whether contraception is important. So these are the questions that you'll be answering, and then after that it will generate this for you. So that is that for the goals. And then there are a number of articles that you can read. So those that are about weight management, those that are about nutrition itself, they are all here that you can read. Then you can chat with Melina as well. So let's say that you are sad today because of problem miscarriage. So it tells you that it is here for you, and it senses that you are going through a tough time, and it's okay to feel sad. And whatever is on your mind, you can let the AI know. If you wish to share, it is there to listen to you. If you prefer a comforting presence, that's also fine. So let me just share that I had a miscarriage today. So it starts by saying that it is deeply sorry that you have experienced a loss, and then talks about miscarriage being painful and emotional event, and then it tells you it is important to allow yourself to mourn and process the feeling at your own pace. It wants you to know what you are going through. It wants you to know that what you are going through is shared by many, and even though it's not lessened by personal feeling, then it continues to give you what you can do. So it tells you that if you are comfortable, you might speak with a health professional who can guide you in the physical recovery. It tells you to be gentle to yourself by mentions your name as well, and it asks if you want to discuss anything in particular right now. So let me ask when I can get pregnant again. So it tells you that after experiencing such events, it is common to consider what you can do in the future, or what you might want to try to conceive. Then it tells you that the answer to this question can vary based on circumstances and recovery and all that. So it gives you some suggestions on what the literature says. So some says that you can start 1 or 2 cycles and all that. It tells you that you have to it's important to consider whether you and your partner are ready again, but then it tells you that your decision should be made in consultation with a healthcare professional. I mean, one thing that we try to do with this AI is that we always want it to let you know that you need your health professional. So we don't replace the health professional, but we try to make it in such a way that it provides help and the guide that you need. We are not using it as a diagnostic tool or whatever, but we are trying to use it as a way of getting to know some of the information. During the future part, we'll talk about some of the capabilities that we want it to have in the future, which will be very essential for all our clients who start using this. So these are a few, and then the last one is the managing of meals. So we know of a food diary. In consulting with your nutritionist, one of the things that would help your nutritionist is to have a food diary where you've kept track of your meals. So you've created it in such a way that it will help you keep track of your meals for the day. So when you want to have your breakfast, you can the day before decide on the meals you want to eat, or during the day in the morning you can decide on what you want to eat. We want you to take a proactive action towards your health. So you can enter the food here, and very soon we would create a list of food that you can select, so that it will be easy for you to add your meals, and then you can select the time that you want to eat. Now the food and the time that you want to eat is very important, and as time goes on, our AI would guide you based on the food and then the time that you are selecting, so whether it's good or not. Our interns have worked on a lot of literatures on the timing of the food and all that, and so we'll use it in our AI to help our clients. So let's say in the morning I want to eat egg and salad. Yes, I want to eat it at say 8:35. I save. So it says I want to eat egg and salad at 8. Egg and salad 8:35. You can edit it if that's not what you want, and you can proceed to track it during the day. So after you've added all the meals, you can track it. So if you are done eating it, you can just check it and it tells you that's completed. And here you can generate meal plans. So generate a meal plan for today. You can just tap on it and the AI will generate a meal plan for you. So in the morning you can eat millet and skimmed almond. You can take mid-morning snack, which is a fruit, and you can take tilapia de banku as lunch, and then it continues like that. You can also generate for the week. So on Monday it provides what you can eat, and then to continue to generate for you. We try to make sure that it is generating Ghanaian meals. Very soon, when we have our database of nutritious foods, it will generate it from that, not from the internet. But this is generating from the internet. So and then we'll improve this with time, so that after it generates like that, you can just go ahead and then track your meals if that's what you want. So these are the skeleton of what we are trying to do, and then as time goes on, we would improve on this, so that we would all benefit from it. So yes, this is a little demo of our DeaRx Mom app, our AI, that we want you to know. So thank you very much for being a great audience for this. And Tracy, okay, I think Joy is here.
Okay. Ransford, that was a great presentation. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. I can't wait to see the rest of the DeaRx Mom app features. So, yeah. The next thing on the agenda is the panel discussion. So I will be speaking with Ms. Josephine Siedu and Ms. Abnai Chiabuache. We will be discussing nutrition. So we'll be discussing nutrition, maternal health nutrition. So first of all, I want to say a little bit about these ladies, and then I will have them introduce themselves. So Abna Ichabache is a registered nutritionist and food scientist. She is known for creating content for wellness, nutrition-based content that is well-researched, and she posts these on LinkedIn more often than not. So if ever you are looking for nutritional information, you can follow her and get a lot of that on LinkedIn. And same thing with Ms. Josephine Siedu. She's a public health nutritionist and also a researcher. She focuses on maternal health nutrition and also child health nutrition. And she also often shares information on LinkedIn. She does this consistently. Both of them are very consistent with their posts. So if ever you need nutrition information, you can just follow them and you'll get this. Okay, so ladies, you're welcome. It's great having you here. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Maybe I can start. Like mentioned, yeah. So my name is Abna, and I'm a registered nutritionist. And currently, I'm also a student. And I just started an NGO known as SNAC, and it's a nutrition advocacy-based organization where we go out to communities, to schools, churches, marketplaces, anywhere there's a community to educate them on nutrition, basically. Yeah. So I think that's a basic thing about me.
Thank you so much, Abna. I didn't know about Snack. Thank you for telling us. I'll definitely check it out. Okay. Um, Justin, you're next. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself as well?
Hello.
Hi.
Can I be heard, please?
Pardon?
Can I be heard? Am I laudable enough?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Josephine Esieju. I'm a public health nutritionist with passion for maternal nutrition, as you rightly said. So I'm really excited to be here today to share my knowledge and insights on maternal nutrition. And that's a little about me of this section. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you to Justin. So let's just get right into it. So my first question is directed at you, Justin. What are the what are the fundamental nutritional needs for ladies who are planning to have a baby? Like, what are the basic things that they need to have in terms of nutrition?
Okay, thank you for the question. I hope I can be heard, please.
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, for somebody that is planning to get pregnant or in a pre-conception stage, there needs to be a lot of preparations in terms of nutrition and general health. So, since we are focusing on just nutrition today, these are some of the nutrients or fortifications that the person is supposed to have, so that when the baby comes, the baby can thrive, grow well, and come out with a good birth weight and be healthy. So some of these nutrients, I would say folic acid, iron, calcium, vitamin D, omega-3, and the list goes on. But these are the few that are very, very essential during the preconception stage and even during pregnancy. Because folic acid, it helps to prevent birth defects in the brain, in the spine, and those stuff. With iron, it also supports increase in blood volume to prevent anemia. And calcium, also we know it's good for bones. And so when you're in your preconception stage, it's very good for you to be having a lot of nutrients from calcium. That's mostly from your food. So calcium will help with bone development and that of the mothers too. And vitamin D will also help in that function and in immune system function as well. And with omega-3 and the others that have not mentioned, but I think I'm putting all of them in one category. They support fetal brain growth, especially for the omega-3. That's purposely for the brain and the eye. So in total, folic acid, iron, calcium, vitamin D, omega-3, and I would also add the B vitamins, zinc as well. They all help with in the preconception stage and even during pregnancy. So if somebody is planning to get pregnant, I think those are the best nutrients she's supposed to start with. Thank you.
Wow, Justin, seems like a really, really long list. How do they get these nutrients? I must ask. Do they have to buy supplements, or is there a better way to get the nutrients?
I hope that person is still to me there.
It's to you.
Okay. So you asked if it's going to be got through supplements or food, but mostly I believe that food can be our medicine if only we take it in the right proportion. So they can get all those nutrients from foods. And if there is a need for supplements, that should be decided by a health practitioner. You don't just have to stand up and start taking the medication and supplements. So all those nutrients I've mentioned, the pregnant woman or somebody that is planning to get pregnant will get all those nutrients from food. For iron like this, the green leafy vegetables are there. Folic acid also toes the same line. Vitamin D and calcium, the dairy foods that we take in, and most importantly, water. Water is a very vital nutrient that I didn't mention, but it's very, very important. So we can get all those things from food, fruits, vegetables, and our whole grains that we have in our homes. Just our home foods in the right proportion will give us all those nutrients. Thank you.
That's very good to know. Okay, so you mentioned all these nutrients. Is it really important? This question is to you, Abna. Does it really matter what the nutritional status of a woman is before she has a baby? Does it really matter?
Yeah, it matters so much because nutritional also forms the foundation of the foundational health of the baby. Yeah. So, for instance, if the mother is malnourished, and by malnourished I mean, for instance, if she's underweight, then it means that the baby she is going to give birth to is also going to have a low birth weight. Also, if she is obese, then she's also going to give birth to children or a child who is large for their gestational age. And also, if a mother is malnourished, it's going to compromise the development and growth of the offspring. It can lead to impaired cognition and behavior. It can also lead to intrauterine growth and restrictions. It can lead to a whole lot of things. And it will not only affect the baby, it will also affect the mother. So the mother's nutrition is very crucial. But it's the primary thing when it comes to nutrition. And so the mother's nutrition has to be optimal, cannot be taken for granted at all.
This is important. I think it's safe to say that most people don't really think about what they eat during the preconception phase. They don't think about whether it's going to be helpful or not. It's good that we throw light on that. So, in light of that, what are some things that people think about pregnancy but are simply not true when it comes to diet and nutrition during pregnancy? I'm sure lots of people have misconceptions. Do you know any of them? Have you come across some of them during your practice? This is just Finn.
Okay. With misconceptions, there are a lot of them, and this is not coming from anywhere. It's from the community, relatives, spouses, the partners, the in-laws. They are the ones bringing those misconceptions, and we call them the home doctors. So one of the misconceptions is that the stage for a pregnancy is something that's so delicate that if you don't take care, you might lose the baby, and that one is very true. So I would say that healthy, the person is supposed to eat well. But here lies the case, people come to the hospital, and if I say people, pregnant women, they come for their antenatals and you tell them what to eat, and when they go home and come back, they tell you that my grandmother said that if I take this thing, the baby will become too big that I have to go for cesarean section. So what you told me to do, I didn't do it. So these misconceptions have really caused a lot of harm than good. So we want to say that good nutrition is good and healthy eating is good. And this is going to impact the life of the mothers in the long run. I'd say that some people come to the clinic and they don't even know they are pregnant. They come complaining of stomach ache and others, and by the time they do a random test or a couple of tests, they find out that they are pregnant, which is very interesting. So that is why we are always talking about good nutrition and pre-conception nutrition, so that in case you do not know that you are having a baby or you are not even aware you are pregnant, this good nutrition would help. I hope I've answered the question, please.
Yes, that makes sense. So usually it's from the community. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. So hello. And home doctors.
Yes, especially them. Yeah.
I see. Okay. I don't know. Abna, have you also come across any misconceptions you would like to share?
The most common misconception is that if you are pregnant, you are eating for two people. So when you are pregnant, they encourage you to, eat more. Well, technically, that you are two people now, but when it comes to the quantity, you're not eating for two people. Just make sure that you are well nourished, and if you are well nourished, then it means the baby is also well nourished.
I'm glad you mentioned that. The nutrients are very, very important.
Hello.
Yeah, just when I'm listening.
I want to add this important one.
Okay.
About the food. You see, snails have a lot of ions, and that's one of the nutrients I mentioned to be essential for pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
But in a certain community, they are told that if you if you eat snails, your baby will become very slow like a snail. So that's one of the yes. They are told that when you eat snails, your baby will become very slow. The baby will be drooling and other stuff. And honestly, that's one of discussions that I've heard, and it baffles me. Another one thing is you can't take milk because milk has a lot of bacteria and parasites that may harm your baby. So those are some of the things I wanted to add. And some even go to the extent of saying eating fish may cause your baby to die. Yes, sometimes some fish may have mercury that may disturb them, but it's not all fish in general that has a lot of nutrients that is able to. Thank you.
Thank you for adding those as well. I find this new one very interesting. Okay, so since we are discussing nutrition, let us go into some of the specific nutrients you mentioned earlier, Josephine. So this question is to Abna. What specifically does folic acid do for a pregnant woman and her baby?
Okay, so folic acid is the synthetic form of folate. Folates can be found in green leafy vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, etc. So that is folic. That is folate, right? Folic acid is a synthesized version or an oxidized version, right? So it comes as a supplement. Okay. So it's advised that women of reproductive age, so women between the ages of 15 to 49, they take folic acid supplements daily. Okay. Now the reason why, and especially women who are trying to get pregnant, and the reason why we advise women who are trying to get pregnant to take folic acid daily is because as you are trying to get pregnant, you do not know when you are going to get pregnant actually. And in a setting, when someone gets pregnant, the person is trying to hide it. So maybe the person has given birth, then before you know, the person is waiting, right? So it would take like probably 2 to 3 months before the person even finds out that they are pregnant. Now, between day of conception to like 28 days, the neural tube and then the brain, the DNA of the baby has already started forming. And these developmental stages need folic acid. You need folic acid for your neural tube, for the brain, for the nervous tissues and all that. And so if there is no folate or the folic acid in the body is insufficient, then the baby is going to have some birth defects. Okay, so that is why it's advised that people who are trying to get pregnant, or generally women of reproductive age, should take folic acid daily. And daily because folic acid, folate is a water soluble vitamin. So when I say water soluble vitamin, it means that it's excreted from the body easily. So it's not stored up in the body. Okay. So it means that every day, you have to take folic acid. So that just in case you're trying to get pregnant and you get pregnant, your body has enough folic acid to rely on to help with neural tube development, the brain development, and then the nervous system basically. So folic acid is a supplement. It's not a nutrient. It's a nutrient, but it's a supplement. You cannot find them in foods, but you can find folate. And the reason why folic acid is advised over folate is because folic acid is more stable than folate, okay, and it's more bioavailable. And so by that, I mean that when you take folic acid, it's more available for your body to use than when you take folate. Okay. So that is why it's advised that women who are trying to get pregnant should take folic acid, or women of reproductive age should take folic acid. Yeah.
Okay. So right now you've mentioned the value for the baby. I wanted to ask, does it also have any value for the woman? For example, let's say the lady is not trying to get pregnant, she's not even in a relationship. Is it still useful to be taking folic acid daily?
Yes, it is. So like I said, folic acid is a water soluble vitamin, so it doesn't get stored up in the body. Okay. So once you are of reproductive, you need to take folic acid. Folic acid will not help you get pregnant. What folic acid is doing, it will have some benefits for you, but what folic acid is trying to do, if you're trying to get pregnant or when you get pregnant, is to help with DNA synthesis, the neural tube development, the brain and the nervous system development. And so it's not getting stored up in your body, it's being excreted, but then you still need to take it like consistently daily, especially if you are of reproductive age. If after menopause you really have no need for folic acid. Yeah.
I also remember in pharmacy school, we were told that it is useful for some forms of anemia. And I think because of menstruation, most women lose a lot of blood every month. So is that also one way that it's useful?
So that would be megaloblastic anemia. So if you are folate deficient, then you can suffer from megaloblastic anemia, which so your red blood cells become bigger. So it's not really because of menstruation, but yeah, if you are folate deficient, then you can have anemia, which is megaloblastic anemia.
And I also wanted to ask this question. Does it mean that it is not enough for a pregnant woman to say, oh, I get almost all the folic acid I need? No, I get all the folate I need from my food. Is that the case? Is it not enough? Does she definitely have to take the supplements?
Yeah, it's impossible to get all the folate you need from your diet. Someone said you have to eat a truckload of probably spinach to get the folate that your body needs. So you need about, so for a woman of productive age need about 400 milligrams of folic acid per day. For a pregnant woman, the requirement might increase. Okay. So like I mentioned, the folates that we find in these leafy green vegetables, they are not bioavailable, because in these green leafy vegetables, there are other, there are other chemicals that are, preventing the bioavailability of the folate in there. Okay. So by the time the folate gets into your system, you're left with about 20% of, okay, and will not be able to meet daily requirements. So folic acid is a needed supplement. When it comes to folic, you have to supplement. There is no other choice, like other nutrients like calcium or zinc, where you can get from your diet easily. But when it comes to folic and folic acid, it has to be supplemented. There's no it has to be supplemented.
There are no shortcuts to it. That's very good to see. So, what about iron? This is to just what's the role of iron in the diet of a pregnant woman?
Okay, so I wouldn't say folate and iron are going to cause the same deficiency, but when you have iron deficiency, it can lead to anemia. So normally, during the second and third trimester of pregnancy, that's when the need for iron really increases, because that's when the neurons and things that started growing in the first trimester, they are trying to get developed well for birth. So there's a need for increased production of blood, and iron is what actually helps in that. It supports the increase in blood volume. So with iron in the mother, it can cause anemia. You see that the mother is having headache, dizziness, not able to rest, agitated, restless, and sometimes they even lose appetite. So that's what it has to do with iron. And for the baby, so each human being, as we are, as old as we are, we also need a lot of blood. So we can imagine a baby that's inside another person. So that's two people depending on one person. So the mother has to increase the iron intake from her food. There are some supplements that you can get iron from, but from food, it's also very available. Like what Abena said, the folate is not so bioavailable in food and our diets, but the iron you can readily get them from your food. That's if you are having them in the right proportion. So that's to the woman. But with the baby, it can cause preterm. The baby may be born at maybe a short period. A pregnancy lasts for 36 weeks. But with anemia, which is a deficiency from iron, the baby can be born maybe at 35 weeks or 36 weeks. So most of the children that go to NICU, some of them, okay, let me say some of them, it's because of anemia, because they came out too short. And yes, and also it can cause low birth weight in the child. The child may come and the child will be too small. The normal weight for a child that is born is 2.5. Averagely, it should weigh 2.5 kilograms. So some of these things, like example, the anemia, it can cause your child to be weighing like 1.6 or 2.5. Let me just say 2.5, 2.4. And this anemia in the child can cause the child to start restricting growth. Even in the tummy before, yes, even in the tummy before they give birth to him or her. So this is something I have to talk about iron. For the mother, it's anemia, it's deficiency of anemia diet in iron that will lead to the anemia, which is, let's say, the mother's blood is lower than 11, because the normal one for accepted level of blood in women that are pregnant is 11 and above. So if a woman is having maybe 10, from 10.9 below, that woman is actually having anemia, and they are grades. So we say maybe moderate anemia, severe anemia. So those are the things we have to put in mind for the mother and for the baby. As I already said, preterm, the baby might be born at a short period while he or she is not well developed, and he or she may also come with a low birth weight and other growing malfunctions. That's how some of them, when you go to NICU, the children's neonatal ICU, you see a lot of children. Then when you take their files, it's because maybe they came out too early because of anemia. Yeah, and the issue with anemia is that it's opportunistic. It can bring all other conditions in there. And one funny thing though is that you're having anemia, and which means you don't have enough blood. But when you are giving birth, you would tend to lose a lot of blood than somebody that is having enough blood. Yes, so that's with that's it with iron. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jason. Okay, so the next question is to Abna. What is DHA and why is it important in pregnancy?
Okay, so DHA stands for hexanoic acid. It's an essential fatty acid, a type of omega-3 acid. So by essential means that your body is unable to synthesize it, so you have to get it from your diet. So for DHA, it has to be gotten from your diet. Okay, and it's an essential fatty acid for during pregnancy or during the formation of the baby. It's important for the baby's visual development, for their neurodevelopment, their eye, their nervous system, everything that has to do with their brain. Right? So you need an essential fatty acid that is needed for the development of the brain, the eye, and all nervous tissues. Okay. And it's recommended that a pregnant woman take at least 200 milligrams of DHA at least twice a week. And by this 200 milligrams, I mean 1 to 2 portions of oily fishes like herrings, salmon, mackerel. So this is where you can get this DHA from. So herrings, oily fishes. So herrings, mackerel.
What about sardines?
Come again.
What about sardines?
Yeah. So the best way to get the DHA from these fishes is when they are fresh, and not when, for example, when salmon is smoked, not when salmon is smoked. So like fresh salmon. I'm not saying eat it fresh, but I mean the fresh version is better than the smoked version of these oils because of the way we smoke them. Yeah.
Okay. So this means pregnant women should be eating a lot of salmon, fresh salmon, and herrings, and mackerel. This is good to know. I'll put it in my pocket. Okay. So what about calcium? Jason, can you tell us how important it is for a pregnant woman?
Okay, so calcium is also very, very important during this stage because it's good for the bone development of the child and growth. And in some cases too, there are cases that we see in the hospital, and you see that the mothers come complaining of joint pain. They also come complaining that their tooth is paining, they like tooth. Some even have their tooth removed. Some lose their tooth during pregnancy because of a deficiency in calcium. Yes, please. So the mother is supposed to have a lot of calcium, like the nutrients in her system, because the child is also depending on her to get those nutrients for development, for bone formation, and growth. So if the child is not, if the mother, sorry, if the mother is not having enough to support herself and the baby, that's going to be a problem. You see that some children may come and they are not fit. I don't know to say they are not really strong to move. They have all the features, they have the bones, the legs, and but they are not really fit to walk. So some of them are sent to physio for them to do training, and yes, that's how important calcium is, because it's mainly for bone formation and to give strength to the bones for them to function. So if the mother is not having enough of that calcium, you can just imagine what's happening to her and her unborn child. So calcium, we can get it from cheese, yogurt, milk. We can get calcium from bones as well. So some of the things that Abena mentioned, like the salmon and the mackerels, are really advisable for us to chew the bones in there when you are making your stew, especially the mackerel and the salmon. Don't throw the bone away, please. Do it well and put it in the soup or the stew so that you can chew it. And the herrings too, you know the bones is already inside. You can't remove the bones. So that's how we get our calcium. And the chicken bones and the other bones that we try to chew, so sometimes it's difficult too. But the marrow and we trying to take some of the nutrients. If the bone is given in the soup, it helps. So some people, they don't have the teeth to chew the bones, so they dry the bones and they turn it into powder so that they can sprinkle it on their food just to get the nutrients from the calcium. So that's how important calcium is for pregnancy and for development of the child. Thank you.
Okay. This is new information. Okay. I didn't know you could dry bones and make it a powder. I think I'll have to reach out to you later so that you show me how it's done. Okay. So the next question is, do you have any dietary advice for women who are dealing with certain common pregnancy symptoms like morning sickness, constipation? This is Wabna. Do you have any advice for women like that?
Morning sickness is a very common pregnancy symptom. It's just physiological change it's a response to the physiological change that is happening in your body. Okay, and so for that, I will have two main advice. If you experience frequent morning sickness, make sure that the foods that you are going for are bland, they are not spicy, and make sure you opt for cold food. So you can have ice cubes that you just pop in the mouth once in a while. They can help reduce the symptoms or the nausea or vomiting that you are feeling. And another common pregnancy symptom is heartburn. Okay, and it's not heartburns are normal in pregnancy, but for any other person might not be normal. but the reason why is your baby is growing. Okay, and as your baby is, it's pushing down some organs, including your stomach. And so, as it's growing and it's pushing your stomach, then it means that your gastric content has a high probability of refluxing back into your esophagus. And so, you're going to be experiencing that, and it might be more pronounced, especially in the third trimester when the baby is actually getting bigger. And so, for that, I would advise that you limit your intake of fatty foods. And so, by that, I mean, for instance, if you're making a palm oil based stew, you reduce the amount of palm oil you are using or oil that you are using. Okay. And also your pregnancy hormones like progesterone, it sometimes weaken the junction between your esophagus and your stomach. Okay. So it makes the very possible. And also if you are done eating, don't lie down immediately. Wait for like at least 2 hours. They say digestion takes about 2 to 3 hours. So wait for about 2 hours before you lie down, because when you lie down, then these muscles they relax, and so your gastric content will reflux, and then you're not going to experience heartburn. But some people have it more pronounced than others, and so for them, they are given medication. But if yours is not as pronounced as that, then these hacks, can help you, reduce those symptoms. And for constipation, once again, in any other person, it will not be normal, but for a pregnant woman, so make sure you include more fiber in your diet. So that will help relieve the constipation.
Thank you very much. All fiber in your diet. Okay. So the next question is just how can nutrition affect fetal development? Can it have long-term effects on a child's health? For example, if the mother is not eating a certain nutrient, does it really matter only in the short term, or can it have lasting consequences up into the child's adulthood?
Okay, I want to add something to the morning sickness remedy. Okay. So when pregnant women are having this morning sickness, the spitting and the vomiting, sometimes when they come to the clinic, we try to give them some things to check if they are tolerant to them to stop the spitting. So sometimes we give them I call it graphic enzymes, the granite and maize.
Oh,
Yes, the roasted. Yes. So we give it to them. Maybe it's a fatty something that you've eaten rightly, as Abena has said, or after eating you lie down, or there's this hormones that are causing you to vomit or to spit. So we try to give you food or things, snacks that would help you. So after eating, you try to have some snack like roasted maize and granules. Just a few, put them in your mouth and you chew. But some people with that too, they still have this spitting and vomiting. So some to be advise them to dry ginger, chop it into small pieces, dry it, and when they are feeling the urge to vomit or to throw up or spit, just put that ginger in their mouth and be chewing it, and they'll be drinking, like swallowing the water. It also helps with the vomiting. And plantain, roasted plantain also helps sometimes. Or crackers, anything dry, as Abena has said, plantains, crackers, dry things that will keep your mouth dry to prevent the spitting or the morning sickness. Okay, so with the question you asked me about if nutritional deficiencies could have a long impact on children. So that one is true, yes. It can have a long impact on the child, even if the child is born, not just when the child is in the stomach, yes. So we have something called the catch-up period, or the window period. That's from 0 when the child is born, fresh, to 2 years. That's the time that we try to catch up what the baby didn't get from the tummy or during pregnancy, from their diet, their breast, the breast milk, and all other essential foods that the baby could get those nutrients from, to catch up. Because if we don't do this, most of the people that come to the clinic in their adulthood with these chronic diseases, these metabolic diseases, cardiovascular diseases, when you go down the lane to check how their childhood was, you would confirm that maybe they had a low birth weight, they were preterm babies, or they came out with maybe a restriction in growth. So the growth was like the 0 to 2 years that I said. Maybe the parents didn't know this is the situation, so they didn't use that window period to catch up with that. So they grow up with these conditions, and later you see that the person is just becoming very big. Obesity. The person will tell you, I don't eat much, but I'm just getting big. I have diabetes. I have hypertension. I try to exercise. I try to do this. I eat less. But still,
they still have these recurring conditions, because this is way back from pregnancy, because they did not, their parents didn't get that 0 to 2 years to catch up with, and in pregnancy too, the mother was maybe already malnourished, and so the nutrients that the baby needed was not adequate for that growth. So for the long term, it sure would happen. That's if you are not able to catch up with the nutrients, especially from 0 to 2 years. And some people, unfortunately, God's grace for them, even after the 0 to 2 years, they try to kind of follow this strict diet to keep in shape, to keep just to be healthy. Those are the miracles that happen to some people, some medications and some supplements. That's it for the long term. But for the short term, if we've already said those things, if you don't have enough folic acid in terms of the supplements, you are not eating a lot of protein, which is going to help you grow, going to help you gain a lot of good weight for your child and for yourself. Calcium, the vitamins, and omega-3, which is for the brain and other neural functions. The short's going to be a problem with your baby, with yourself, and if care is not taken, it will become an issue of constantly going to the hospital to treat these things. So it's really, really advisable that when the mother is pregnant, they take their nutrition and their supplements that they need, the prenatal vitamins that they need, so that the child will get the necessary and the adequate vitamins and nutrients. And when the baby comes out to the 0 to 2 years, which is the window period or the catch-up period, will also be utilized well, so that these things will not happen in the long term. So that's it. Thank you.
That's very good to know, Josephine. Is there anything you'd like to add to that, Abna?
Josephine has said enough.
Yes, that is all. Okay, then my next question to you is, are there any strategies mothers can use to manage their weight during pregnancy? A lot of people gain weight during pregnancy and they find it difficult to lose it after. Is that something they can do to manage the weight during the pregnancy?
So, weight gain during pregnancy is normal. What is not normal is when you are not gaining weight. So, I think that during pregnancy, the focus should be on losing weight, sort of, but the focus should actually be on gaining weight. So one of the physiological changes that happens during pregnancy is there's an increase in appetite, and so the woman is going to eat more than she ate normally when she was not pregnant. And so for the first trimester, if the lady is not gaining weight, it's fine, like it's normal. But in the second and the third trimester, if she is not gaining weight, then it's actually a problem. Just that we have for weight gain during pregnancy. So for instance, if someone was underweight when she got pregnant, she would be expected to gain more than someone whose let's say BMI was normal before she got pregnant. So for someone who is underweight, she might be expected to gain from about 12 to 18 kg throughout the pregnancy. Okay. So if she is going beyond that 18 kg, that's the problem. For someone who's obese, a person might be expected to gain just about 5 to 9 kg. If that person is going beyond the 9 kg, that's where the problem is. And so if you are gaining weight during pregnancy, it's normal. Just that you need to monitor which you are gaining. For someone who is normal, on an average, supposed to gain about 12.5 kg. So if you are going beyond this, then that's where there's a problem. So you need to watch your portion sizes. You have an increased appetite, so you can still control the portion sizes you are eating. And also the quality of what you are eating. You know, the cravings make some pregnant women eat all sorts. But yeah, what you are eating is quality. Not just every day you are drinking Coke because, oh, my baby says he wants to drink Coke. You are always eating junk. Then I'm sorry, the weight cannot be managed at this point. And so you must make sure that you're eating quality. Even though your appetite is increased and all, make sure you're eating quality. Make sure that you are washing, you are controlling your portion. And if you are gaining weight, don't be afraid. Gain the weight, but make sure it's in the necessary range and it's not like above. Yeah.
That's very good advice. Control your portion sizes. Very good. And avoid fast food and snacks and what's it called? So that pardon?
Yeah.
In moderation.
I'm not saying avoid because the cravings will not go away, but eat them in moderation. They should not be your go-to food. Every time you are going so that kind of
Very good. Moderation is the key. So, next thing is hydration. Is it important to drink water during pregnancy? And how does hydration affect both the mother and the baby? This is to Justin.
I find your question a little funny. So it's very, very important to drink water. It's a human being. So you can just imagine that as a pregnant woman that I keep saying you have another human being in you that's totally depending on you for everything. So it's very, very important to drink a lot of water, at least. So the 500 ml, which is the sachet of pure water, or the small bottle, at least a pregnant one is supposed to have 8 of that and more. 8? Yes, please. That's for a normal human being. Yes, that's for we, maybe you and I, that's for us to be able to live and to thrive. Yes, so most of us we actually we are under drinking water. So for a pregnant woman that is having another little angel in her, you just know that she's supposed to even do more than the 8. This is because the placenta that the baby is inside, amniotic fluid, it's water. So you can just imagine what will happen if the mother is not drinking enough water. That's going to cause a lot of stress to that baby. He or she's not going to be able to move. You know, they normally kick. He or she's not going to be moved and free. You are walking about and you've captured me in your tummy. How can I move? That's because you are not drinking a lot of water. And also drinking a lot of water, it will help with temperature regulation. To regulate your temperature to be normal. The heat, yes, the heat and all the stress that you are going through, the hormone spikes and stuff. The hydration, water intake will help you to do that. And with people that have hypertension, high BP, and others, we normally tell them, please drink a lot of water. Please drink a lot of water. So with a pregnant woman, it's good for her to be drinking a lot of water because it will help with the blood pressure management. For the pressure to be at the rate at which it's supposed to be. And the skin, most of the times we the young girls, we say that let me drink water so that I can glow. Let me drink water so that my skin will be nice. Yes. So it will help with the skin elasticity of the mother to the stretch of the stomach and how her skin and she's going through a lot with the pregnancy. The drain from nutrients from the baby, herself, the stress, the weight of the baby. So water will help with the skin, will help with her temperature, will prevent stress. To let her be distressed, like water, you can just imagine being tired and drinking some water. It's a lot of relief. So that's to the mother. Yes. So for the baby, as I said, amniotic fluid. It helps the baby to be cushioned well and protected. And also for the cellular formation, the cells come out to become the tissues, the organs too. It also helps with the cellular formation and the fetal growth and like water. Would just depend on water is because the nutrients in the water in the blood that is going to get to them through the placenta. And also it also helps to give them weight, the adequate weight that we want the children to have before they come out. As I already said, 2.5 is the ideal one. If you are not doing well, 2.5, you should have 2.5 and above. It helps the baby to have that good weight. So in cases where somebody is not drinking enough water, some of the pregnant women, they come to the clinic and we ask about how much water do you drink? Maybe a 24-hour report. How much water are you taking from yesterday to today? They say we drink. When I'm taking the water, I stop. So we advise them that you put flavor, you add a little flavor to the water to make it gullible so that you can drink the rest of it. And sometimes we say that you should turn it into maybe tea that is not having sugar and any carbonated something, but just maybe a flavor, maybe vitamin C something, or just make the water tasty for you to drink so that you can have a lot of them. Yes. So in dehydration, a lot can happen. You can have low birth weight. The baby can be born at a short time. The mother can have preeclampsia, that is hypertension in pregnancy, because water is what is going to manage the blood pressure. So if you are not drinking enough water, there will be preeclampsia. The placenta, the water in the amniotic fluid may be, I don't know how to say it, but it will be insufficient for baby movement and stuff. And you might cause a lot of distress to your child in there. So water is very, very important during pregnancy. Even if you are not pregnant, a normal human being, a child, an adult, a man, a woman, or whatever. Even animals need water. So water is very good here.
I didn't realize water was that important in pregnancy. Okay, thank you very much for educating us on that as well. So my next question is to Abna. Some people follow special diets. Some are vegan, some are vegetarian, some don't eat meat because they have celiac disease or for some other reason. Are there any modifications that are necessary for a woman who was already following these diets when she get pregnant?
If someone was following special diet before she got pregnant, she can still follow these diets. Just that she will need to speak with her dietitian so that it can supplement the nutrients that she might be missing out. Okay. So for example, if someone is vegan, strictly vegan, then she might be missing out on vitamin B12. And vitamin B12 is sourced from animal-based proteins. So for that, it's not an option. It has to be supplemented. So if she gets pregnant, then she needs to see her dietitian so that the nutrients that she is missing out from going with that vegan or any type of vegetarian that she is, so that she can supplement. And also iron. So there are two forms of iron, heme and then non-heme. So the plant-based is non-heme, which is also not bioavailable like the heme iron. So in some cases, it has to be supplemented. Okay. So if the person is not ready to, add up maybe animal-based diet, then she has to supplement, but that she needs to speak with the dietitian so that supplements with the necessary nutrients she might be missing out.
Okay, that's very good information, Abna. Thank you. So, okay, let's just move on. Just how does a mother's diet affect her when she's breastfeeding? And what nutrients are essential during lactation?
Okay, so the mother's diet is very essential for breastfeeding or during lactation stage because even though it's not the food that you eat that is going to actually tell the brain to produce the breast milk, but eating the food is very good for energy, to keep you going, to keep you moving. Yes. So a balanced diet, a diet that is high in protein, that's high in healthy fats like avocado, like oil. Coconut oil is good, olive oil, those healthy fats, proteins, and I would say calcium stuffs too. The milk products, the milk boosters, and those things are really good for you to be able to breastfeed your child. As I said early on, this is not the food that is going to produce the milk because God in His own wisdom has prompted the mind that the baby is out. As far as the baby is suckling, the breast milk will come. So whenever mothers come and they say, I'm not able to breastfeed my mother because I don't have food to eat, we try to educate them on that. But still, you need the energy to be able to move about and to even stand and breastfeed your child or sit. So some of the foods I would say is oatmeal. Oats, it's very good. Yes, oats, it can help you. I said it's not the food that's going to maybe produce the milk, but those things also add up. They add up in a way for the milk to maybe really, really nutritious because you need those things to produce more. Even though it's a child that is going to prompt, but it has to come in a lot of amounts. Maybe you are not eating, so maybe your breast milk, maybe a 3 ml bottle of your breast milk is only going to have maybe fewer nutrients. But when you have these things I'm about to mention, maybe a lot of them will be increased. So that when the baby takes the breast milk, maybe for the first 6 months, he or she is able to survive on the breast milk. So oatmeal, leafy green vegetables, and soup. Soup is very important. So mostly when people do cesarean section, because of the anesthesia and the medications, they don't really eat, but they are advised to have something liquid. So we tell the mothers to drink soup, pepper soup, some nut soup, so that the breast milk can flow. Because at that time you are in pain, you are not even going to even think about your baby to even start breastfeeding. So those are the things that will help you. Yes, those are the things that will help you. And corn, roasted corn, it's really good. Yes, roasted corn or the boiled one. And we also have the roasted maize and the granules. It also helps to produce a lot of breast milk. And you are also supposed to be having this rich dairy foods. So you yourself, you have to eat well. Eat well, not necessarily for the breast milk to flow, because it will flow as far as the baby is suckling. So just to give you energy, to give you a lot of nutrients to stand still, so that the breast milk, the nutrients that is coming out of it will be wholesome for the baby. So that is it. And some of the things they are supposed to avoid during that time is alcohol, even in pregnancy, alcohol, spicy foods, caffeinated drinks, gassy foods, and excessive sugar and those things. They are supposed to maybe take them in moderation, not stop them, but take them in moderation. So that's it with breastfeeding and diet.
Okay. So, this is just a side question. Is it okay for a pregnant woman to drink alcohol while she's breastfeeding? Maybe not a lot, a little bit.
Yeah, so I said alcohol. Some children, when the mother is pregnant and taking alcohol, there's a term for it. I actually forgotten. The baby may be getting drunk in the stomach.
Oh.
Yes, and the baby is not old to be drinking alcohol. So some mothers that are alcoholics, sometimes their children, like the baby die in their tummy before the baby even comes out. So it is not good to take alcohol. And even if you have given birth, alcohol is not part of the game at all, because that's what the baby is taking indirectly from you. Yes, so alcohol is not good at all.
Okay. Okay. So the next question is to Abner. She has mentioned alcohol. Are there any foods or supplements that we should avoid during pregnancy?
So I just want to add up to what Josephine said about the lactation and then the diet. So the condition she was looking for was fetal alcohol syndrome. Yeah. So if whilst you are pregnant, the baby might develop fetal alcohol syndrome. One other thing I want to add is that so the mother's diet during lactation is very important. Okay, so there are some nutrients that if they are missing in the mother's diet, your body is going to get it for the baby. So for example, iron, calcium, protein. If they are missing in the mother's diet, the mother's body is going to produce it for the baby. So it means that the mother is going to suffer in the end. So when it comes to breast milk, the quality can never be compromised. The quantity might, but then the quality can never be compromised. And so if the mother is not taking in these nutrients, then your body is going to give it to the baby any way possible. And so, for example, calcium, if the mother is not having enough calcium in her diet, then your body is going to go into the bones and then get the calcium. Yeah, and so
I see.
that someone she might have given birth to like 4 or 5 children, and as she grows older, she is bending. She's So it means that the calcium in the so can lead to osteoporosis and other bone
Related issues.
Now to your question about foods and supplements that should be avoided. So with the exception of iron and folic acid, every other nutrient can be gotten from consuming a wide variety of food. Okay. Apart from iron and folic acid that needs to be supplemented when one is pregnant, you can get every nutrient you need from the diet. And your diet has to be varied. You cannot just eat rice, or fufu, or banku. It cannot be one way. It has to be a varied. It has to be a variety so that you can get all the nutrients that you need. However, there are some people with more peculiar and specific cases. So let me give an example. So let's say you live in an air-conditioned house. Okay.
Okay.
Air-conditioned car. So straight from your house into your car. Now you get to work. Your work air-conditioned. So from your car to your workplace. So all of these places are enclosed areas, right? So you have no sunlight. For someone like this, with consultation from their doctor and their dietitian, they might need vitamin D supplementation because they don't have exposure to sunlight. They need sunlight to synthesize vitamin D in your body. Okay. So even though that is what you need, for people with these particular cases, they need to supplement with vitamin D. And also depending on your nutritional status, before you go pregnant and during your pregnancy, you might be required to supplement here and there. But then iron and folic acid are the 2 supplements that you need to go for. And when it comes to food, I always say that the first principle in nutrition is that there is nothing like bad food. The only bad food is spoiled food. If the food is spoiled, then it's bad. The next bad food will be food that you are allergic to, or if you have any food aversion. those are the bad foods that we have. Besides that, there's nothing like bad food. And so you can eat everything, anything. Just that when it comes to ultra processed and refined foods, they have to be eaten in moderation. That is always the catch. You can eat them, yes, but then make sure you are also eating in moderation. And one thing that is also common in pregnant women is the consumption of non-nutritive substances, which is known as PICA. Most what's in the local name? I've been trying to remember it all day, but I can't remember. So they take this thing, it's chalk.
Iron.
So they take it, like they always crave for it, okay? And it's common pregnancy craving, but there's a catch to it. Sometimes these cravings are as a result of nutrient deficiencies. For example, iron, zinc, calcium, and the rest. And so when you crave for these things more frequently, don't just take it as, oh, it's because I'm pregnant and every pregnant woman craves for this. Sometimes it might be a sign that you are deficient of certain nutrients. And so you have to go to the hospital, get checked, so that you don't just treat it as any normal symptom. Yeah. So eat everything and anything, but when it comes to refined and ultra processed foods, eat them in moderation and eat a wide variety. Don't just stick to your favorites. Eat everything and anything. And you should be able to get your nutrients pregnant.
Okay, that's good. Very good information. So, okay. So, Josephine, this question is to you. How can women with gestational diabetes manage their condition through diet? Is it possible, or do they always need medication?
Early on, I said that food can be our medicine if only we have it in the right proportion. And as Abena said, no food is bad, because I'm always against food restrictions. If it's an allergy, if it is the food is bad, fine, but there shouldn't be anything like this food is not good for me. So food is medicine. It can help in solving any health condition as far as it's being done in the right proportion. So for a diabetic patient, there's an eating plan for them. If they say somebody is having diabetes, it means that the person is having too much sugar in the blood. So how do we stop this, or how do we reduce the sugar in the person's system? So it's not just the added sugar, or maybe you are drinking cocoa, you added 2 spoons of sugar. That's not the only sugar that tends to enter your system and cause a spike or a hike. We have carbohydrates that turn into glucose, and the end product we know is sugar. So this is how we advise a pregnant woman or anybody that is having diabetes to go about her diet. We say that your plate is supposed to have variety of things: your fruits, your vegetables, your fat, your carbohydrates, and your protein. Then you have your water and your calcium. The dairy side at also another portion. So for a typical meal, Ghanaian meal, wache, let's say wache, we are starting with wache. You want to have wache in the morning, because that's what your baby wants to eat, wache with lily. Yes. Next I'm a diabetic patient. So that's what I'm craving for. So this is how I'm supposed to have my meal. So in that wache bowl, I'm supposed to have vegetables, supposed to have some fruits, I'm supposed to have some water, and I'm supposed to have the carbohydrates and the protein. So the first thing to do, this is not just for pregnant women, but diabetic patients in general. So you first start by drinking some water. Then after your water, you have your fruits. You have your food in front of you, but that's what you are supposed to start with, because you also have your fruits as part of your meal. Then you have your fruits. After having your fruit, no matter how hungry you are, there's no way that you would be able
to eat as much as you will without eating the fruits first. So after eating your fruit, yes. So after eating your fruit, now your wache has some leaves, some vegetables, some lettuce, some cabbage. Then you now start having your cabbage, your leaves, your vegetables. After eating your vegetables, that's when you get to your protein. You have your protein, and you have your, maybe it's plant source or animal egg, maybe your wheat, your chicken or whatever. So then, as I said earlier, there's no way you are going to be feeling that much hungry after eating all this number of things before it gets to your carbohydrates. So by the time you start eating your carbohydrates, you're already full. And with the carbohydrates, yes, and with the carbohydrates, it's always advisable that any carbohydrates you are having should have a lot of, maybe the soup. The soup should always be more than the carbohydrate. The stew should always be more than the carbohydrate. So maybe I'm having a round soup, a little soup of wache. So maybe the stew should be two. Two stew ledgers, of the stew. So that the stew will be more than the wache. Yes, but we don't do it like that in Ghana. Even when the person is bringing the wache and the stew from the house, normally the stew is just in a small container, and the wache is like plenty. Yes, because they know that's how you are used to it. So that's a format that we give to diabetic patients and pregnant women that are having gestational diabetes to follow. So, and if you are following that one with your diet, you are trying to combat that one that comes from your carbohydrates. So by the time you are done eating, the amount of glucose that is entering your stomach, is not going to spike your sugar, your blood sugar. Yes, and also snacks. Some people, their food is snack. They're craving. The baby wants to eat what's the name? There's this I've forgotten the name. There's this chips that is they have a lot of spices and flavors, and it's just sugar and salt. That's what the baby wants to eat. Yes, that's what the baby wants to eat. And you too, because you love your baby so much, you give some to your baby in the stomach. So you indulge in those things without moderation. You have a lot of them, and your side for that snack or that drink biscuit is Coke. Bell Coke. Bell, is it Bell Coke or something? I don't remember the name. Coke. This carbonated drinks that you open with the gas and everything coming out, and these fizzy drinks, it's all sugar. Anything that it's not. You hear the flavor, like you can smell the flavor, but it's just powder. It's not the fruit itself. So those things, you have a lot of those cravings. So the best thing is that you have them in moderation, and also the added sugar. So that's what most people think is causing their diabetes. So they stop eating sugar. They stop eating sugar at all, or maybe they'll just limit it to 1 spoon. Then they'll say, I'm replacing my sugar with honey. But honey sugar is the same thing. You know that honey is from animals, yes. And sugar is from other things. Mostly, I don't believe that sugar is from the cane and those things. I want to believe. I'm trying to not to. So those things, it's the same as sugar. So if you are taking 1 spoon of sugar, please make sure you take the same 1 spoon of honey that you are interchanging or substituting for your sugar. Some people will say a sweetener. Because a sweetener is not sugar, I can add maybe half bottle. It's not sugar, so it won't do anything to me. Yes, it won't do anything to me. But it's the same thing. Is when you check the caloric, the calories in there, it's almost, and some of them are even more than the sugar that you put inside your food. So all those things should be checked. Your added sugar and the things you interchange as sugar, honey, your sweetness, your other jams and stuff should be also taken in moderation as a pregnant woman or a diabetic patient. And your eating format, you should follow a certain format that will not cause your sugar to your blood sugar to spike. And also snacks, indulge in snacks and other processed foods that are might have, it's not might, they have the sugar, because if you see the ingredients, sugar is first and salt, then flavor. So it's making it absolutely true that all those things are sugar. So that's how you can go about diabetics and diabetes, and just in a normal person that is having a diabetes or in a pregnant woman. So that's it.
Thank you very much, Josephine. So, I think we'll be wrapping up. I'm going to ask you all just one last question, and then I want to hear from Abna first, and then finally from Josephine. Looking ahead, once children are born by their mothers, is there a way that these mothers can instill healthy eating habits in their children from a young age so that they grow up eating healthy and become as strong an adult as they become?
So there's a phenomenon known as chemosensation. Okay. So through this chemosensation, the baby or the diet of the mother, the flavors, the taste, the smell, whatnot, is able to get to the breast milk, then get to the child. And so that is how babies' taste buds and taste preferences are developed. Okay, if the mother is eating healthy, then that's the taste that the baby will be developing. Okay, and if the mother is eating junk foods and whatnot, that is the taste that the baby is going to develop. And so it has to start with the mother. If a mother wants the child to eat healthy, then it means the mother also has to eat healthy. Because if the mother is eating junk foods and whatnot and is still breastfeeding, and she wants to start complementary feeds, and then she's now starts giving the baby carrots and green peppers, all those things, the baby is going to cry because it's so foreign to the baby. Okay, so it starts with, if the mother wants the child to eat healthy, then the mother also has to start eating healthy. And also, when you want to start complementary feeding, so you start introducing the baby to family foods. So you're not going to feed the baby, but when the family is eating, the baby is there. So the baby is getting the flavors, the smell, all the food. So it's all helping the baby to chemosensing. So the baby is sensing that is going on. And so when it's time introducing those foods to the baby, it's not foreign. Okay. And also the foods that's feeding the baby with, that's what the baby is. So if you start feeding your baby with cocoa every day is cocoa, every day is cocoa, when you change, that you are bringing something new. And so right from the start, you start to don't just be static that what's my baby is cocoa. It's because you've not tried, and you have to try as many foods as possible. Don't just try cocoa. Oh, ask my baby there. She only takes cocoa. No, you have to try as many foods as possible, and it should be varied. So that's how you can help your baby develop healthy taste in the future, so that the baby goes to junk food because the mother is eating junk.
Hello.
Grace, I can't hear you.
Abna, yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much, Abna. So we must start from when the baby is in the womb and during breastfeeding as well. When you eat healthy, the baby also eats healthy. So what about you, Josephine?
So Abena has said it all. So you are supposed to lead by example.
Yes,
Yes,
you're
you are
supposed
supposed
to
to
lead
lead
by
by
example.
example.
Be
Be eating
eating
right
right
so
so
that
that
the
the
child
child
will
will
pick
pick
it
it
up
up
right
right
from
from
the
the
womb.
womb.
And
And
when
when
you
you
start
start
feeding,
feeding,
maybe
maybe
after
after
complementary,
complementary,
you
you
are
are
not
not
just
just
going
going
to
to
be
be
giving
giving
your
your
child
child
Cerelac
Cerelac
and
and
condo
condo
porridge
porridge
with
with
hintia
hintia
every day, every
every
day.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
condo
condo
porridge
porridge
with
with
hintia.
hintia.
When
When
they
they
come
come
to
to
the
the
clinic,
clinic,
CWC,
CWC,
when
when
you
you
ask
ask
them,
them,
what
what
have
have
you
you
given
given
to
to
your
your
baby?
baby?
Wintia.
Wintia.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
who
who
introduced
introduced
this
this
Wintia.
Wintia.
Wintia
Wintia
with
with
Wintia
Wintia
with
with
um condo condo.
condo.
I
It's a lot, so it's so tasty. I don't know why the baby is not taking it. Then I asked them, you that you are here, if every day I'm giving you hintia with porridge, will you take it? Then they will smile. So there should be a lot of variety. Try. And the funny thing is that they don't even fortify the hintia and the condo porridge, just the hintia and the porridge. As far as the hintia is there, it's a lot of nutrients. So they should they should have a lot of they should have a lot of fortifications, granite paste to fortify your baby's meal. You can use soya bean powder, herrings, and that's when they can force me to take carrots. Pass it all the time. The baby will not take it. So you have to start with all those things small, small, small. And when the baby grows, like maybe 1 year, they are able to walk, they are able to move about. They are supposed to involve them in the cooking process. Try and be involving them. Maybe just give them the carrot to be playing with so that later, but you have to wash it so that you don't put it in their mouth to put in other gems. Give them the carrot, then later you take it from them, you chop it, then you give him or her one to be maybe putting in their mouth. You are introducing the taste, you are introducing the food and the varieties to the baby. So that when the food is ready, he or she wouldn't resist it because he has tasted it already. And also you are supposed to add colorful things. Don't just be giving me the wings, yeah, the black and the white. Change, give me different colors. Carrots, green pepper, we have avocado, we have granite seeds, we have palm oil. Just mix my food, like fortify my food with a lot of nutrients. And one thing too is that our mothers, the mothers now, they are the ones causing this ill eating habits among the children. You know, I'm a small baby. Then you buy biscuits, this wafer biscuits with a lot of chocolate in between, a lot of this yogurt, something inside. Then you give it to me. Then from 6 months, you start giving me that nice wafer. Then at 1, you start giving me shemima. I won't take it because you've trained me with chocolate wafer. You've trained me with this sugary and sweet sugar. So you should start right. And also, one thing is, yes, you want me to eat a healthy meal. You want me to eat vegetables, and because I don't have teeth to chew them, you blended it inside. Then for you, you are there. You are chewing chicken, and you expect me to eat what you blended for me to eat. No, I won't take it. So it's like you have to involve the child and make sure what you are eating is the same as what she's also eating. Not like you also blending your carrots and stuff, but you have to make it in a form that he or she knows that we are eating the same thing. That's how you involve the child. Have you seen what I'm giving you? I'm blending. It's the same thing I'm eating, just so that follow it better. You didn't know that a child is hearing you, but they listen. So it will help communicate, be consistent. Don't be eating chicken from with a lot of this coated chicken with flour, and you give me dry fish to eat, even though it's nice, but I won't take it. I want the chicken some. So involve them. So it's all these things come together to help in inculcate this good eating habit in children from maybe from pregnancy to the 0 to 2 years window period, and they will pick it up. So that's how you're supposed to go about it.
So let's spread the good news. Let's stop the winter and the condo purges enough so that we can variety, colorful things, rainbow. That's where the nutrients are coming from. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Josephine. Thank you to Abna. I have so many questions that I would like to ask, but then we will end it here and maybe organize a different session. So I'm going to leave the... Oh, please speak.
I was just saying, sure to another session.
Yeah. I would really love to pick your brains again. I have a lot of questions. And I'm sure a lot of people also have questions. We can have a Q&A session maybe later. We'll organize it. Okay, so I will leave the floor to Whitney to conclude today's meeting.
Hello, everyone. I'm Whitney Joy Tete, and I'll be taking on after from Tracy. So that was a really fruitful discussion, and I'm sure we all have a lot that we'd like to keep in mind. And I'd just like to mention a few. Before I proceed, thank you very much to our moderator and also to our to those who answered our question. To our dear nutritionists, we are very grateful and we've learned a lot today. We just want to say thank you. A few takeaways I'd like to give our audience include so that they can remember whatever has been discussed here today about nutrition and pregnancy. To begin with, folic acid can only be supplemented. So let's take those folic acid pills every day. Also, calcium is very necessary for development of the baby. Dry foods like crackers keep your mouth dry to prevent the frequent spitting. Weight gain is normal during pregnancy, so we also have to eat quality meals and satisfy our cravings in moderation. We have to limit our intake of fatty foods and drink more water. Drink water, not soda, not Coke, water. Avoid alcohol, limit our carbohydrate intake, and Tracy's favorite, that dried bones can be powdered for calcium. And if you have a short memory like me, short memory span like I do, just let DeaRx Mom App do the reminders for you. Okay, so moving on, I'd like to invite Dr. Ransford Boateng to give us a little about the future of DeaRx Mom. What does DeaRx Mom have in store for us as an audience? So, Dr. Ransford,
Yes.
the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So I'll be brief with this. There are a lot of features that we have in store for users. One of the key features that will be available in the next 6 months is our appointment feature, where our client can book appointments with nutritionists. Currently, we are structuring a 1-month nutrition, a special nutrition package, where nutritionists will be involved with clients and then help them for 1 month. And I think they pay weekly. So part of that money goes to the nutritionist and part of the money goes to the platform. Also, the major feature of the app is gamification, but then as we saw, it is not available now. So in the next 6 months, we're hoping to gamify our application so that it makes it easy for our users. So increase the interactiveness of the app. So if you've set a goal to reduce weight, so that form of journey and then gamification will be added. We are also particular about mental health, especially our postpartum mothers. So we would add mental health to it. The recipe generation will be improved. The tracking of meals will be improved. A lot of improvement will be done for the nutrition features. We would create an assessment tool for assessing nutrition, to help nutritionists who are carrying out the appointment. There's one app that we are also developing called DeaRx Clinician. So that's what the nutritionist and or other health professional will be using managing the appointment. Aside that too, the app will provide information, health information. It would enhance collaboration between health professionals who are involved in preventive health care. So these are some of the things that we will be having in the next few months. And then there will be an improvement of the AI. For example, the AI can book an appointment straight away with a health professional without you having to go and click here and click there. It will be able to create specialized meals for you based on your inputs, your allergies and all that for you. But then we would make sure that it is using well-researched data from our part of the world. Aside that too, in the near future, not now, we'll be looking into IoT, the wearables, so the watches and the others that measures some parameters, and that will be used in the app, like how the iOS has their watch and all that. But this is specifically for pregnant women. We'll try and research into how to make it safe and all other. So these are some of the things that we are hoping to create, and I think most of us here are professionals, and so we would hope that some of you join us in this journey, especially with our new project which we will launch very soon called ASCII. We'll talk more about it on our social media platforms. So this is a few of what we are planning to do in the next few months. So we're hoping that by the end of the year some of these features will be available to be used. And some of us here, being nutritionists, we're hoping that you'll be enrolled and then help our clients and provide them with the best nutrition guide. Yes, because our company is focused on preventive health in pregnancy, so I think we'll be relating more with our nutritionists and our weight trainers and all these professions. Okay, so yeah, that's the future of DeaRx Mom, a little bit of the future of DeaRx Mom. Yeah. Thank you, Whitney. Whitney, please come.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now on to the vote of thanks, because our program, our launch and the organizing team. I extend a heartfelt thank you to each one of you for gracing this launch event of the DeaRx Mom app with your presence. It has been an exciting journey to bring this innovative platform to life, and your support has meant and continues to mean the world to us. The DeaRx Mom app is not just another application. It embodies a vision to ease the burdens of pregnancy and femininity. DeaRx Mom promises to be a valuable companion in every household, making the pregnancy journey easier and more enjoyable, providing high-value nutritional content, health tips, among others. We encourage each one of you to explore the app, experience its functionalities firsthand, and integrate it into your daily lives, whether it's nutritional guides, exercise regimens, advice on medication, to mention but a few. DeaRx Mom is here to enhance your family dynamic and give you the best of experience. Once again, a very big thank you to everyone who has contributed to making this launch a success. Together, let's embrace DeaRx Mom and empower families everywhere. At DeaRx Mom, let us do the hard work for you. Let DeaRx Mom take care of you during your pregnancy. Thank you again, and good evening.
Thanks, Abena and Josephine. We are super grateful.